The Unplanned movie's terrific opening weekend is good news for anyone who wants to see the evil of abortion exposed. For the Colson Center, I'm John Stonestreet. This is Breakpoint. The movie Unplanned, a Pureflix biopic about former Planned Parenthood Director of the Year Abby Johnson, had more than a few unplanned obstacles to overcome for its opening weekend. First, the Motion Picture Association of America gave the film an R rating because of its depiction of abortion. As I mentioned on The Point last month, how tragically ironic that in many states a teenage girl doesn't need parental permission to get an abortion, but needs it to see a movie about abortion. And then, by some weird coincidence, and yes, I'm using scare quotes there, the movie's Twitter account was suspended on the day of the movie's release. And of course, CNN, the Hallmark Channel, and almost every other major network refused to accept advertising dollars for the movie. Even a major Christian music network refused to promote the film. Even so, Unplanned brought in $6.1 million over the weekend, and Forbes magazine predicts it will gross $16 million, which would be a solid win for a limitedly distributed film. I took my daughter to see Unplanned, and I was moved. Even more, I left convinced that it teaches an incredibly important lesson. Silence about abortion is unacceptable. And the reasons that Christians give to justify their silence, like abortion being too political or too negative, are tragically bogus. Abby Johnson was the youngest Planned Parenthood director in the country. Over her 8 years with the organization, she grew increasingly uncomfortable. As she says at her website, she realized abortion was a product Planned Parenthood was selling, not an unfortunate necessity that they were fighting to decrease. Then she was asked to assist with an abortion and watched an abortionist kill a 13-week-old baby. That was the final straw, and the rest, as they say, is history. It's a history that's now on film for all to see. And of course, it's no surprise that Planned Parenthood or its allies don't want you to see behind the curtain of this national evil. As long as abortion remains hidden, they can continue to peddle their talking points, half-truths, and lies, that abortion's not really the taking of a human life, that abortion is a compassionate choice for women, that Planned Parenthood isn't really in this for the money, and that this is about helping women, and so on and so on. However, what is surprising, and what Unplanned exposes in a powerful way, is how misguided and even cowardly it is for Christians to remain silent. Now, we have our reasons, of course. It's not Christian to protest abortion clinics, we're told. Abortion is a political issue, and we don't want to make those who have had an abortion feel bad. Unplanned unmasks just how misguided each of those talking points are. First, it contrasts harmful protesting with the incredible power of prayer and consistent presence. When Abby escaped Planned Parenthood, she ran directly to the Human Coalition, people that she had met day after day after day outside of her clinic. Second, the film earned its R rating because it showed the realities of both surgical and medical abortion. See it for yourself if you still think this is about politics and not about the ending of innocent human life. And finally, in a particular poignant scene in the movie, Abby begins to realize the enormity of the evil that she's participated in. 20,000 abortions, 20,000 lost lives. Her only recourse is forgiveness. Churches that are silent about abortion because it ruins the positive vibe they want to have or whatever aren't dealing in reality. To ignore this issue because we don't want people to feel badly is to literally leave them in their guilt and shame. And why would any Christian who's been forgiven want to do that? Why wouldn't we want to point others to the love and forgiveness of Jesus that we found so that they can find the redemption and the help that they really need? I'm thankful to see Abby Johnson's Unplanned story finally make it to the big screen. I'm thankful that it's exceeded so many expectations. And I pray that we will seize the opportunities that we have, like the one this movie presents to us, to speak up loudly about abortion. And today on the Breakpoint podcast, Warren Smith interviews Abby Johnson. You can hear her story directly in her own words at breakpoint.org or wherever you download podcasts. For Breakpoint, I'm John Stonestreet.